welcome to my dining room. If I'm gonna be honest, I've had this house for a while and there's only really two rooms that I've taken pride in. That is the kitchen and then my streaming room, which is upstairs. I've kind of neglected a lot of the other parts of my house. This being one of the main focal points of where I just kind of leave everything. It's just there's a couch that I no longer need and I just honestly can't fit through this door. There's my collect all cabinet in that corner over there, which is, it's just a display cabinet, but it holds almost all of my Amazon boxes that I'm too lazy to like break down and put in the trash can, as well as just like stuff. You can see that I have a card table here that it's on its last leg with one whole wooden chair, but most importantly, something that's kind of bothered the absolute piss out of me since I've had this house again, is the fact that in this room and in the living room, they just didn't finish the floors. Like there was carpet once upon a time, and then it got pulled up, and then this was the surprise underneath the carpet, where they quite literally just stained around the room completely. Like they just pushed everything in a pile into the middle of this room and then just stained around it. I don't know why, I don't know for what reasons. It is what it is. But that being said, in the next couple days, I have two amazing friends that are gonna help me add outlets and completely turn this dining room into a room that I quite literally spend zero time in, to like a room that I could actually enjoy or like have company over. Because right now I don't really have company over because there's not really anywhere to do anything with. But with their help, I'm excited because it's gonna be the start. We're gonna completely do this room, and it's actually gonna kind of push us into doing the living room and the kitchen, which you guys have seen the kitchen before in all of the cooking videos and the TikToks that I typically do. But this will also just make me feel better about like recording in other rooms and having better backdrops. Like it's I don't know, it's about time I started adulting, so I'm gonna start adulting, I guess. But I'm pretty excited to bring you guys along. Like it's gonna be a nice cozy room for people to come over and play Magic, D&D, hang out, eat dinner at a table. Like that's not quite literally, it is what it is. I'm excited. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna like do a little cool thing. I don't know really what, but like I'll show you, I'll take you guys along. There's gonna be a rug. It's gonna be some cool colors too, like with cause you guys don't see it, but there's like a lot of natural wood like from this house. The house was built in 1900 even, so it's got a lot of character. It's huge, but it has a lot of character. And I'm pretty excited to like actually make it a enjoyable home and kind of like bring you guys on through the process of that. We're starting with the dining room, and then we're probably gonna do this bathroom because it's the world's smallest bathroom months down the road when I can afford it, because it kind of, you know, remodeling a house kind of takes a lot of freaking money. But I'm excited, so one step at a time, and you guys are gonna see it. Let's kind of get into it. And thus began day one. Day one was a lot more than we thought it was going to be. It was wallpaper stripping, wallpaper stripping, wallpaper stripping, and wallpaper stripping. Poor Emma and Ethan did not sign up for what they were about to do. We thought this was going to take just a couple hours, and it ended up taking the entire first day. And then tragedy struck. As if scraping wallpaper for hours on hours on hours was not going to be pain enough, some of the walls were starting to thin to the point where they were actually crumbling in the very bottom corners and edges, so we ended up having to remove those completely. It was a huge pain, not really what we expected, but the crazy thing was putting up drywall ended up being such a better idea than scraping wallpaper, because that was just misery on end. So while Ethan took down the door frames and pretty much cleared out the walls so that he could put drywall up the following day, Emma and I just continued to scrape the remaining wallpaper on hoping that we weren't going to have to take down any more walls. But after 10 hours of scraping wallpaper, we decided we were going to finally call it a day, and we were just going to pick back up tomorrow. Okay, so it is the end of day one, and it went not as expected. It is currently 12:27 at night, and a couple things happened. One, the new fan is up. The new fan is great. I just got out of the shower. Things were so much longer than we ever expected. Scraping wallpaper, scraping wallpaper, scraping wallpaper. We scraped wallpaper for hours. It was caked on. There was probably, I think there was paint, and then there was four layers of wallpaper. and we scraped and scraped. There's just a small, tiny bit in this corner. Basically, in this corner behind this drywall, there's wallpaper. Downside, some stuff happened. There was a hole in this wall, so we now had to remove this wall, well, most of this wall, and then we completely had to get rid of this wall. For some reason, this stupid old house, but for some reason, this wall was like this thin. So like as we were scraping it, it was just kind of crumbling and falling apart, which isn't bad because one of the biggest things, that the whole reason we even started doing this was because we were adding outlets, and outlets needed to be added, and a whole bunch of electricity needed to be ran in this wall anyways. So putting drywall up is not going to be that big of a deal. That being said, it's a lot. Tomorrow, we're gonna go to Menards one more time and get the stuff we need. But I don't know. It's coming together. I'm excited to not scrape drywall ever again in my life. I will never, ever scrape drywall in my life again. I will hire someone. I will take walls down. It was so much faster, and I don't even care about the price. It is so much faster to just tear the whole wall down, being plaster as it was, and putting up drywall instead of scraping. My knuckles are blistered, bro. Like from how much scrape. Anyways, it doesn't matter. That's the end of day one. Probably 2 more days on this. Bright side, it's trickling into things that are not the kitchen. Probably gonna not do the kitchen, but the bathroom, we're gonna get rid of these annoying ass buzzing lights, like, and put some actual like lights up here with a switch and an outlet on this wall, which is super cool. So it looks like we might be doing the bathroom a little bit sooner than I wanted, which is kind of dope. And then also I'm gonna be getting a ceiling fan / light in my bedroom. So all in all, great day. Long day. Started this at like 1 p.m. It is now 1 a.m. So 12 hours of wallpaper scraping, but it's over. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Day 2 was a lot less taxing on the body and a lot more taxing on the mind. It was mostly just Ethan throwing up the drywall while Emma and I continued to remove all of the leftover wallpaper that we had missed, and like the corners and the edges, as well as starting to seal off the new drywall spots, the corners, the edges, the ceilings, and stuff like that. Ethan also went ahead and installed the electric outlets. So we have outlets in the dining room now, which is super cool. Never had that. And who would have thought that a house would have a room with no outlets? That's kind of crazy, right? But yeah, it was just a lot of like cleaning up, wrapping around, and getting everything ready to be painted, and actually like putting it all together. All in all, it wasn't too bad of a day. It took us a lot less time, and most importantly, a lot physically less taxing. Like I said, I don't know if my shoulders could have handled that anymore, but it was starting to really turn out. Day 2 has come to an end, and it's only 11:48. So we absolutely cooked today. As you can see, we have walls, we have so many walls. We got sidetracked though, which was actually kind of a cool thing. Check this out. I've not had this since I bought this house. A light switch in the bathroom with lights. I know that sounds stupid because most people, but I had these stupid like hospital like click here shocks you lights for the longest time. So the fact that I can just come over here and off on is crazy to me. I'm so excited. But besides that, we also have outlets in this dining room for the first time since I bought this house, which is super freaking cool. And it's just, I don't know, we absolutely cooked today. Tomorrow we'll hopefully wrap it all up. We have to sand, we have to prime, and then we have to paint. And then while we're doing that, Ethan is gonna be putting a ceiling fan in the bedroom. We're done like 3 hours earlier than yesterday, so that's all I care about. And it's starting to really turn into like a home. The house is turning into a home, and I'm very excited. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow, where we're hopefully wrapping this all up, and then we can actually have a sit down conversation at a dining room table right here, and a fully decorated dining room with all this different cool stuff. Day 3, the home stretch is finally here. Unfortunately, there was a lot more that was going to happen that we had planned. Poor Emma accidentally stepped on a nail, so she was out of commission for a good bit, which, I mean, we can't blame her. She was trooping through. It was exhausting. This was only supposed to be a day's worth of effort. That being said, we still had to sand, prime, and paint, and move all the furniture in that we still had to go get. So we had probably 12 hours of work to do in about 8 hours of time. Somehow we ended up pulling it off. Again, Ethan and Emma just absolutely killed it. They did amazing. I'm so happy that they were there. Otherwise, I would still probably be scraping wallpaper. Unfortunately, I didn't get too much B-roll today just because we were in a super big time crunch and it was a lot of going places, and we actually ended up rearranging the whole living room since there was an outlet added in there too, and I just, like I said, it was way too much stuff to do, not enough time. So unfortunately, it's really just the painting and the sanding and the priming that you've seen in this room, but let's take a look at how the whole thing ended up turning out. Well, here we are, guys. It's been a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be. It's what was literally supposed to just be painting turned into what you guys saw, but it turned out really, really, really well. I figured I'd throw you right back up here on top of the bathroom door again, just so you can get a really good perspective of how it ended up looking. I think I'm here for it. It feels cozy. It feels so cozy. It's the fact that like this room was literally nothing but a graveyard for all of my boxes from Amazon and other places that I buy things, to the fact that now that it's like an actual dining room that I use every single day. If I'm off or when I get home, I usually have my lunch here. Like that chair over there is actually really comfortable, and like I'll sit there, I'll post my like short form stuff and all sorts of things. It's just cool because I have a spot to really just sit down and enjoy a cup of coffee now, and like, or sit down and read my like manga from my iPad or watch something, or just like, it's just a good place to relax. I mean, obviously I have my living room and my gaming room, but like, I don't have like a cozy space, and this somehow became a cozy space. I can sit down and really enjoy a nice meal at this table. If friends come over, we can sit down and play games. Like, it's nice. It's very, very nice. I mean, it turned out so much better than I could imagine, and for the hours that we put in and the money that was spent, I think it turned out so much better than I even could ever imagine. But again, like, I'm just excited. Plus, it turned out good. It turned out really, really well. So again, I would just like to thank you, Ethan and Emma, for really like having this all come together. I had ideas in this house that I didn't think was ever gonna be possible because one, money, two, like I just don't really know what I'm doing, and three, I kind of was just planning on moving if I could, but you guys really showed up, helped so much. I'm so thankful, and I think it turned out really, really well. Let me know what you guys think, if you liked this kind of content, or like if you want to see me kind of decorate, and not really decorate, but like if you guys want to see me renovate the house. I do know that I'm going to be moving my streaming room into a different room just because the room that it's currently in is not big enough. It's so long. It's like one of the longest rooms in the house, but for some reason it's not very wide, and I want to go to more of a boxy room so I can have better just more room to do different things. Plus it's the one that's closest to the road, and it picks up all of the traffic, so if I switch it to like something that's, well, you can't really see where I'm pointing at, but if I switch to this side, it's going to get a lot less noise from the main road. So I don't know, we'll see. But I do plan on turning it into like a pretty cool like studio / streaming gaming room. So I'll probably make a video on that. If you guys did like this, down the road I'm gonna do the bathroom and the living room and the bedroom and all stuff like that. So just let me know and we'll make more of this. Again, Ethan, Emma, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day and goodbye. Mwah.